Mitrom and Bandhuvam, welcome to South Asia Maps Education Channel. This is your presenter Dr. J. Reddy. And today we are going to discuss our presentation, that is part 102, in human ecology and predicament. The fascinating, very interesting topic called fossil fuels. Here I characterize the fossil fuel as a genie. Genie is nothing but a dangerous entity that was imprisoned within a bottle, and once it is opened, it can cause a very big havoc. That is the genie. That is a booth or pisach or a satan or something like a devil that was put it in a bottle. As long as it was in the bottle, it doesn't pose any threat. Once you take it out from the bottle, it will cause a great havoc. That's what the essential point. Fossil fuels as a genie. And here talking about the bottling, unbottling, that is sequestration, unsequestration. That is carbon sequestration here, carbon unsequestration here. Sequestration means storing. We stored it historically in the natural processes, geological processes. That means essentially, figuratively, bottled them. Unsequestration means digging out, exhuming. Exhuming like a dead body, something like that. Unbottling. That means this is the carbon reduction. The Carboniferous era, millions of years back, when the plants and microbes, they died, they sank onto the ocean bottom. Later, lot of rocks, sedimentary layers deposited under high pressure and heat. They were converted into coal, oil, natural gas. That is called sequestration. That is the bottling or storing. That means excess carbon in the atmosphere that was reduced by the plants got sequestered, so the ecology, environment, habitat was made very congenial, comfortable for humans and plants, later animal kingdoms and humans to evolve. That was a very favorable thing that was done for us. Now since 1800 we have unearthed it, unsequestered it, exhumed and brought back the genie. That's what it means when we are digging the coal pits and extracting the coal. We are drilling the holes and extracting the oils, and we are opening the natural gas field and utilizing it. And that is the part 102, fossil fuel genie, bottling, unbottling, sequestration, unsequestration is the current point of discussion. 300-400 millions of years ago, the death of the tiny plants and animals buried into the ocean floor. Over the time they were layered or covered by the sedimentary rocks, layers, silt and sand. That means between 50 to 100 million years back. These are the millions, incomprehensible in the human lifespan of round about an average 75 years or so. They further buried deeper and deeper into the ocean, and enormous heat, enormous pressure turned these erstwhile the detritus, dead organic matter material, into coal, oils and natural gas. And since 1800s, that is steam engine invention and start digging up the coal pits, 1800s and later 1850, they were discovered round about early 1800s. They were designated as the fuels. Humans thought they can be burned and liberate lot of energy. They started being burned by the humans. So this is the initial stage, the carbon sequestration. That is the burying of the carbon from the Earth's atmosphere, harvested by the green plants and the microbes. By that carbon sequestration, carbon reduction, made the planet suitable for future animals to evolve and plants and animals to evolve. By un-sequestration, since 250 years, that means almost starting 1800s, in large scale, humans exhumed this carboniferous material, that is the detritus, the fossils, now burned by the industrial societies, nations, releasing enormous amount of carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. That means the reduced the carbon is oxidized and put into back to the atmosphere. So this Genie is now back into the atmosphere. The scientists fear that it will rise the global temperatures soon, or already rising them. That will bring the global warming, that is the melting of the glaciers, the polar ice sheets, and so on, increasing the oceans to rise further. That is about the sequestration, unsequestration, storing and exhuming, bottling, unbottling the Fossil-fuel-Genie. This is, if you look at historically, that we looked in part 96 of our Human Ecology Predicament, that is the military industrial complex or industrial societies series. And every day today, an average 95 or 100 MBL, million barrels of oil is extracted every day by the humans. We are not talking about the thousands and tons of the coal extracted, millions of the cubic feet of natural gas extracted. Just I am mentioning the very important thing, oil here. 100 MBL, that's not a small amount. MBL, one barrel is 42 gallons, round about 160 liters. 160 liters multiplied by 100 millions. Imagine how much we are extracting every day. That means essentially humans today are hunting for 100 million barrels of the oil every day, today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. How long it can continue? If we stop hunting, our entire economy, the industrial lifestyles, they will come to grinding halt. That is the very important human predicament humans face today. And here we see that how the sequestration, that Carboniferous time, the plants and animals, they died, that is detritus got sunk into the bottom and ocean. Further lot of sedimentary rocks deposited on the top, and heat and pressures made into the coal, oil, natural gas. Here is the picture depicts the digging of the oil wells there. And that is the carbon sequestration, unsequestration, and exhuming, that is the unbottling of the Genie in the planet Earth, that is posing a very great threat to the human future. And Mitram and Bandhuvam, thank you very much for joining me today, and I really appreciate if you take time and subscribe our education channel, South Asia Maps, and bring it to the notice of other of your friends, and you can post your comments and suggestions to improve our education channel, and see you later in other presentations.